So at this point, I'd like to go ahead and announce or recognize Mike Easley. I think he's going to wrap up this with a talk. So thank you for your time, sir.
Hello, everybody. Hey, it's great to be here. Before I get started, I guess with the bright lights that are on here, it's kind of hard for me to see. So, just kind of maybe a quick little poll. If you've been on a telephone town hall, do you like clap your hands for me if you've been on a telephone town hall today? How about Facebook? Anybody have watched the telephone town hall on Facebook? Yeah, that's my plan right there. Craig, how about Smart Hub? Who's heard of or has tried to use Smart Hub? Great. So those are great technologies, and it's a great way for us to communicate with our members. I appreciate the feedback. So, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to PRECorp's 74th annual meeting. I'm so excited to be here today talking about PRECorp and our shared future. I did something interesting this year. In preparation for my talk, I watched each of my CEO annual meeting speeches since 2015. And one thing really stood out to me. Guess what that was? Yeah, you're right, Paul Baker. I don't have a future in motivational speaking. I'm really glad that was that. Thanks for that. I really appreciate you all putting up with me in these talks for this past 19 years. In 2015, when I spoke with you guys, I was talking about the recent business failures that year. Stormcat, a CBM methane producer, had just ceased operations, and Alpha Resources, a coal mining company, had just declared bankruptcy. Then in 2016, I was talking about the mid-year rate increase from Basin Electric and PRECorp's upcoming general rate case. The combined impact of those two items was an approximate 20% increase in our rates. That was a tough year. In 2017, I was talking about our efforts to right-size the organization in the face of continued declining sales. I mentioned the PRECorp team's heroic efforts to reduce costs by cutting several $1 million out of our operating budgets. I also talked about the start of our strategy refresh effort. In 2018, I introduced you to our new strategy map, including our purpose, vision, and moonshot, and shared with you our vision story video. This video explains PRECorp's vision, and I think it would be good to show that now to those of you who weren't here last year, or maybe just as a refresher.
Exponential changes aren't coming for the energy sector. They're already here. The way of life rural America enjoys must be enhanced by leveraging new forces that can significantly improve economic stability, stable power supply, reliable service, and integrate with rapidly growing industries. Energy companies don't just need a plan. They need the right vision and strategy that allows them to be flexible while working toward their goals. The power of many for the benefit of all. This philosophy drives Powder River Energy Corporation and has also driven our newest corporate strategy. Made in 2017 for 2030 and beyond, the strategy isn't just about the future of our cooperative. It also is shaped around providing the brightest future to our members, employees, suppliers, and the communities we serve. Our purpose remains the same: to positively influence and improve the lives of the members we serve while providing reliable and affordable power and services. Of course, predicting the future is impossible. No one can tell what tomorrow will bring. But at least with a bold vision looking into the future and action items to accomplish our goals, fulfilling our purpose, realizing our vision, and achieving our moonshot becomes possible. Our moonshot goal for 2050 states that PRECorp will provide the first 1,000 kilowatt hours, the typical monthly energy usage of a residential member, at zero energy cost to our members. Yes, zero. PRECorp will move toward this moonshot by harnessing innovation, engaging our membership, and enhancing our commitment to community. We will leverage accelerating technologies for the benefit of our members. It is all a part of a commitment to our core values and principles. We demonstrate our commitment to talent and our people, not only with our strategic direction, but also with core values like safety and accountability. Safety is not only about avoiding accidents, but creating a culture where employees are encouraged to share their views and concerns. Accountability is about doing things right, taking our responsibility to the membership to heart by running a transparent business and staying open and honest to those we serve. Lastly, the principle of integrity keeps members first while serving others in a moral, ethical, fair, and respectful manner. Our strategy puts PRECorp and its members in a position to thrive during a time of exponential change in the energy sector. We will monitor, predict, and harness the power of accelerating technologies, engaging with our membership through community development and engagement. By providing choices and options that enable trust, sustainability, and financial stability, we now begin the journey to provide the first megawatt hour of energy usage every month at zero cost to our members by 2050. Wyoming isn't just where we work, it's where we live. Our employee team is focused on realizing the vision to positively influence and improve the lives of our members while providing reliable and affordable power and services, making the PRECorp vision a reality, and fully achieving our 2050 moonshot is our highest priority. And we look forward to moving toward it step by step for the benefit of all.
I really like that video, and I hope you find it helpful in understanding the vision for our future. It's going to take a lot of work to realize the vision, and I assure you the PRECorp team, pictured here, is really focused on what we need to be doing in order to fulfill our purpose, realize our vision, and achieve our moonshot. We're making good progress on these initiatives. Please help me recognize and thank the PRECorp team for all their hard work. Thank you, everyone. This past year, I used my CEO Red articles to explain the 6 strategic initiatives that we are focused on this year. These include our 10-year rate design, our RAMP program, our culture development strategy, our digital transformation strategy, our power pitch, and our strategy execution initiative. So far, we have about 80% of our initiative steps completed already this year. One initiative that I'm really excited about is our power pitch initiative. This is like a company Shark Tank where people pitch innovative ideas and business opportunities to help us save costs or create new revenue. For example, we have one idea that's being pitched that I really like. It's a new type of line tool to be used by a lineman. It's really cool, and we're even investigating a possible patent for the device. So more to come on that, but this is really exciting stuff. PRECorp has several programs for keeping in touch with you, our members. Our member satisfaction survey results touch 1,000 members over the course of the year. Our results have shown continued improvement in the past few years, and we are the leader in membership satisfaction in the West. This is great news. I know that you value great member service, and in addition to that, service quality and the cost of electricity are very important as well. This slide shows the amount of cloud-to-cloud and ground strikes of lightning on the PRECorp system in the past month. Even though we have seen 2.8 million lightning events so far this year, our outage statistics are still good, even though they are slightly up. I think our team does a great job of taking care of the system and keeping the lights on. What do you think? In 2010, we were beginning to have concerns about the decline of the coal bed methane and what might happen. We began working even harder to keep our service quality high and to provide you with all the best possible service that we could. We knew that we would be seeing the pressures of the future and hope that we could keep your trust and respect by reducing outages and becoming even easier to do business with as our rates inched upward. I think this has worked, and I hope you do as well. You know, it was pretty difficult in 2016 to come before you and explain a near 20% rate increase. In 2017 and 2018, I mentioned the likelihood of rate increase in light of our declining sales, and I talked about the impact of the financial cliff event, such as the loss of a really large customer. This October, we'll be filing a general rate case at the Public Service Commission and requesting an effective date, most likely to be sometime in the third quarter of 2020. In this rate increase, we'll be requesting an average increase of 4.4%, or about $7.3 million. The actual percentage will vary depending upon your customer class, and we should see some changes in the monthly basic charge, perhaps, as well as some changes to demand and energy. This increase is necessary as we are projected to have a $1 million operating loss this year, 2019. This is in spite of millions of dollars in cost reductions we've been able to achieve over the past several years. The PRECorp team has done an amazing job in reducing costs over the past several years, and it's because of their efforts that we've been able to put this rate increase off for so many years. We also plan to use a program called revenue deferral to help manage future risks related to unforeseen expenses and or the sudden loss of a load. We've used the revenue deferral program in the past to set aside margin in the good year for use in a bad year. The revenue deferral program has no impact on your rates or on your capital credits. It's a financial tool that we can use to stretch out the time between rate cases. This slide shows a ratio of controllable costs to kilowatt hour sales. And what's important is that ratio has been stable while sales have been declining. At the same time, the pressures of inflation increase our controllable costs. This next slide tells the story about how the employee team has stepped up. Everyone on the team is doing more with less. We are leaner and meaner and more efficient, and we're not done yet. Next slide. You can see we've gone from 145 employees down to about 125 just in the past 20 years. We have some really good news this year regarding our wholesale power costs. Basin Electric is implementing a small rate reduction this year, which will save us about $2.4 million in power costs. This will help soften the impact of the increased PRECorp we'll be implementing. Over the years, I've mentioned how we all benefit from large users on our system, like coal mines and the CBM industry, while at the same time, we've been working really hard to manage the risks associated with serving those loads. Last year I told you that the loss of the CBM industry would have a huge impact on our rates due to their contribution to our gross margin. This is a $9 million impact, and should we lose that industry, this is even larger than the rate increase we're going to be seeking in 2020. Today, it appears the CBM industry may have stabilized just a bit, and the loss of this load just feels just a bit less imminent to me than it did last year. As many of you are aware, the coal mine industry continues to have trouble. Cloud Peak and Black Jewel coal mining companies have declared bankruptcy this year. The Cloud Peak assets were recently bought in auction by the Navajo Transitional Energy Company. We're hoping for a smooth transition to the new owners and a successful emergence from bankruptcy. The story for Black Jewel is much more complicated, and the jury is still out regarding whether or not they'll be able to emerge from bankruptcy. The good news is PRECorp did not suffer any pre-petition losses from these bankruptcies, thanks to the implementation of our new credit policy. This new policy has been difficult for many of our larger members, but it's what we need to do to manage the risk of these large loads during these really difficult and challenging times. You might wonder if serving these loads is really worth it. We spend so much time and effort managing the risk. I can assure you that PRECorp is better off with these loads than without them, especially if we can manage the risks like stranded investment and credit terms. These large loads favorably impact our wholesale power costs since they dramatically improve our system load factor. According to our recent analysis, we received about $5 million in power cost reduction because of the impact of these large loads that they have on our system. I think PRECorp is doing really well in spite of our many challenges. Our employee morale is high. Our member satisfaction is good. Safety is everyone's priority, and that's a major focus for our team. If there's only one thing that we can get right, it has to be safety. You know, the story of PRECorp could be so much different were it not for the great leadership that the PRECorp board has shown for so many years. It's built on a legacy of resiliency, grit, and adaptability. Great leaders and great leadership have the ability to dispense hope. Hope for the present, hope for the future. People will tell you that hope is not a strategy, but for the present, hope is necessary, and for the future, it's imperative. It gives you the courage to dream and to dream big. It gives you the freedom to try new things, to break out of routine ways of looking at things. It helps you see beyond the horizon just enough to be proactive rather than reactive. If you spend your time reacting to rather than reaching for, you will find yourself in a victim orientation. Here you'll spend your time and energy looking for someone or something to rescue you, or looking for someone or something to blame for your troubles. Our vision has enabled us to stay out of the victim mode when so many things have continued to hammer us and challenge us. Hope and vision are powerful. They keep us focused. They keep us engaged. And they help us to remember that our mission is to serve rather than to be served. Thank each and every one of you for your part in that vision, for your continued commitment to PRECorp, and to the cooperative principles and values which we all hold so dear. Thank you so much for coming today, for giving me this time and this opportunity, and I hope to see you all back next year when we celebrate our 75th anniversary. Thank you.